morning, afternoon, evening, whenever you are watching this video. We are back home at Great Adventure for our second visit of the year. Excited to see all the changes that has happened to the park ever since I was gone, ever since our last visit here in March. I did notice one change, there are more permanent barriers separating general parking and also preferred parking, so that's already one change that I've seen already. It's always nice to visit your home parks, even in a down year. It is always important to do that, to make sure you're supporting them for future investment. So hopefully the future of this park is looking bright. It already is with Flash over there, so can't wait to get back on that. But anyway, without further ado, let's get right into the park. Next change I saw, they added a wall in between the Flash Q building and the catering area, so interesting change there. We are now officially into the park. It is about 15 minutes for opening, so we will be held at rope drop. Then we'll be ready for what I'm calling the Flash Dash, where we literally sprint to Flash to try and get the first ride. Alright, we're about 5 minutes from opening. This is the crowd for rope drop. Not too terrible, definitely better than opening day, that's for sure. So, we'll see you back after the Flash Dash. Got our first front row ride ever on the Flash. It was really good. I'm surprised by the airtime right here going forwards and backwards, especially in the backwards part. I think that's where that moment hits the strongest. Of course, there was no onboard audio this time. It may be a little unfinished right now and they're having issues with it, so definitely diminished the experience this time, but very good ride nonetheless. It is a strong layout on its own without the audio. We are now going to head over to the left side of the park for, I think you know what's going to be next. So here's that tower we saw earlier on opening day. These are scattered across the park as cell towers, so just to get better Wi-Fi out in the park. We also have Porky and Porkina out on Dream Street, so very nice to see that. So if you guessed El Toro, where we're heading next, you are correct. How could we not? Alright, this does not seem quite open yet, but we are going to wait at the entrance to see if this will be open anytime soon. Two solid rides on El Toro here. One in the very front row, which is our first one of the year, and also one in car 6 row 1. It was definitely very smooth, a little bit smoother than opening day, also a lot slower than opening day. Of course, this being the very morning ride, it's expected to be on the slower side. Although the ops were also less than desirable, so that's what we can only get, was the 2 rides. So hopefully the ops can improve throughout the year, especially when they add on the 2nd train. And this is on 1 train today, so I don't know if we'll be coming back to this. We may be only getting maybe 1 more ride on this, but nevertheless, still very good on El Toro. 3rd ride of the day is going to be Medusa. Let's see how the line is right now. Really good back row ride on Medusa, though still hitting hard in the trims right here, so that is unfortunate. Very whippy and also very floaty in the 2nd half, so tail 2 halves for this ride is, but still a very good ride nonetheless. Alright, we are going to give a 2nd attempt at Mine Train. On opening day, this line was slammed. Of course, it is still on 1 train. We saw the 2nd train in the infield for El Toro. So, only train is going to be orange train. Let's see how the line is. So far, so good. It's not in switchbacks, and it seems to be a station wait. So we are going to hop a ride. Alright, we managed a ride on Mine Train. Finally, our first ride. It was in the back row, wasn't in the magic seat, the front row, so couldn't get the best airtime on the airtime hill. Although, we did see log flume testing, and we did also see people going in there, so let's see if we can catch a log with actual people on it. It does take a little bit for this lift hill, so let's see. There's a log right now, and yep, there is people on it, so log flume is officially open for the season. Of course, this is opening weekend for Hurricane Harbor as well, so it kind of makes sense that the water rides will be also open. Not sure about Roaring Rapids though. We'll get there when we get there, but for now, we're just gonna head over to this way, hopefully maybe get a ride on Superman, since that's on its own island. Alright, with log flume also being open, that also means that Best of the West is open. It is in the title. This is one of the best restaurant offerings here at Great Adventure, so we're gonna see if the actual restaurant is open. I have heard that it's only the bar, so not sure about that, but we'll take a peek. And that is correct, it is a bar only, so there is no menu offerings for now, but we'll see later in the season if that changes. Still very different this area should have been. Of course, I am hopeful for the future for what this park is going to be, so this area will look very different in the years to come. Last time we were back here, the ride stopped on the lift hill, so let's get a second attempt at trying to do Superman. And because this is by itself, it is a station wait, so we are going to hop a ride. There is another one of those cell towers for better phone service. Just got off Superman after a little bit of downtime. It seemed that the maintenance came to just inspect the ride because they didn't really do much work on it, so just had to get their quick inspection in. Ride-wise, this ride is pretzel loop and nothing, so decent ride for this park, good supporter, but you know, not the people eater that it used to be. So very, very good, but just not to that level. So didn't notice this on the way in because we were literally sprinting, but they put in the Movie Town sign above the flash arch, so really cool about that change. Not sure if it'll quite pick up on camera. The big wheel LED lights are on. Of course, can't pick it up during the daytime. It's better to be viewed at night, but still cool that they have the LEDs on. And right here is going to be the new entertainment stage right by the soon-to-be Mirror Maze, so very good that they're upping their entertainment game this year. Something that we know that will have very good operations is Nitro. Let's check the line for this. Very good change here. They painted every single fence, so nobody can sit on the gates anymore. And it is a station wait, so this is going to be our next ride. So the reason it is a station wait is because all 3 trains are now on the track. So summer season is officially here.
Train green. All clear. All clear. All ready to get out of here. Enjoy your ride on Nitro. Bye-bye. What a beautiful dispatch. Welcome aboard,
Very nice row 8 ride on Nitro. Running much better than opening day, a lot faster. Heck, definitely has to do with the warmer weather, even though it was warm on opening day, but that's besides the point. That was literally the first day Nitro was running, so it's got some time to warm up. It's also a slightly less rattly than opening day, so that's a very good improvement on their part. We checked Jersey Devil. They don't seem to be up and running right now. We did catch a few test runs, so maybe we can try and catch it when it is just about to open. So we're gonna wait it out, see if we can get a ride. So it might be the same issue where it keeps stopping on the transfer track. They're also working on it out there, so I'm not sure if that's where they're trying to actually get their work done, but doesn't seem that this will be open anytime soon. We'll wait it out for a few minutes though, so we'll see if anything happens out of this. We've got movement, so it's not fully out of the question yet.
12 seconds later.
All right, they did start to get a testing, so we are going to get a locker in hopes that this may open. All right, locker time. See you after the ride. Alright, welcome back to Great Adventure. It is a Christmas miracle. We got 2 rides on Jersey Devil. I know, very, very rare that one is. Now, classic Jersey Devil operations, in between the first and second ride, the line started to grow in the first queue house over there, but really, really solid nonetheless. Our two rides were in row 5 and row 3, so kind of towards the middle, but anything not row 1 or row 12 is the middle to me. It is running at its best right now, so really glad that we can get a re-ride when it is running really good. So right now it is starting to get a bit crowded, so we're unknown of what we're going to be doing next, so we're just going to wander the park, see what line is the shortest. So usually the Justice League line tricks us. I mean, we will check it to see if it is terrible. It is not out here, that's for sure, so that's a good sign. Yeah, I figured it was tricking us. That is the end of the line right there. So it may not be fully outside, but it is still long. That is definitely a skip. Line update for Flash. This is the extended queue. Not sure of the extent for inside the queue house, and I'm not sure if I'll be able to get a good angle on that, but this is what we're looking at to ride this ride. Definitely not worth it, and also worth it that we started here for the day. When we first walked past Houdini, it was a walk-on, and now that is the line. So definitely getting a lot more crowded as it approaches midday. Well, we might be waiting a little bit for this, but for El Toro, it is worth it. So this will most likely be our last ride of the day, since it is starting to get a bit crowded. We checked the line for this, and it is a station wait. Hopefully we can get at least 2 rides on this. If not, I'll be satisfied with 1, because it's El Toro. How could we not ride this?
1 minute, 37 seconds later.
Not even kidding, as soon as we got in line, it went down. So we are definitely going to wait this out, because we got nothing better to do. So we'll see if we can get our ride in. Alright, they did manage to get it on, but as we can see, the line here is quite long. But there is a reason for that. As soon as we got up there, they added the second train on. So we could only manage to get 2 rides before it started to pick up a little bit. So that is going to end our day here. We're going to start making our way towards the exit. That is going to just about do it from our day here at Great Adventure. Super happy to get back to our home park here, and I'm sure we'll have plenty more visits to come this summer. So this was also a experimental video. I was using this tripod stand right here, so it got better stabilization for all of our video clips here. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section below of that change. And also make sure to leave a like if you enjoyed, and of course subscribe for more theme park content. And I will see you guys in the next video. Have a great day.